How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Wolves. We're here today for a brand new transfer rumours and update video. Not done one of these for a while, but on the lead up to January, and throughout January, of course, we're going to be doing these to keep you up to date of all the Wolves players, or all the players that Wolves have been linked with, and looking at possibly signing as well. Be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and go check out our channel sponsors over at OneFootball. Fantastic football app to go and check out to give you all the live football news, scores, team news, transfer rumours pop up on there as well. So you can go and check that out, free to download on Android and iOS. And a link to that is in the top of the description down below. So we're going to kick off straight away with the first rumour, and it is one that's been around for a few weeks now, but one that looks pretty likely and possibly could happen this coming January. It's the Salzburg forward, Hwang Hee Chan. He was linked a few weeks ago through the Telegraph, who've got a pretty good track record with Wolves, to be fair. They reported a number of decent rumours last summer, and they were the first to break this one as well, that Wolves were looking at Hee Chan. Of course, with Salzburg, they've had a pretty decent Champions League campaign. They dropped to the Europa League as well, the competition that Wolves are in, and their front three has been raided already. So their front three consisted of Molineux, Erling Haaland and Hee Chan. Minamino's gone to Liverpool, Haaland's just gone to Dortmund, and it looks like Hee Chan, although there is interest from other clubs, could be coming to Wolves. Now, when it was first reported, it was reported that we were going to be paying in the region of about 20 to 25 million pounds for him. But there was also the chance that if we did sign him come January, he would be loaned back to Salzburg. If not, it would be a summer permanent signing regardless for Wolves. However, more recently, a German newspaper, the Hamburger Morgenpost, posted that Wolves were set to sign him for around 25 million euros. Interestingly, his agency is based in Hamburg. That's why this story seemed to make a little bit of sense. So that is definitely one to keep our eye out for. If we'll sign him, I honestly think we would just sign him on a permanent deal. We're not in the situation at the moment where we can afford to buy players and loan them straight out. That has been the case with a couple of players recently rumoured. So, and I think he does look a great talent. I've not watched loads of him, but I know he starred quite well against Liverpool in the games against them. And I think he's a very marketable player as well. That's what Wolves are looking for. Remember, a few years ago, we were linked with Wu Li, the Chinese player. I think you can see the success that Heung-min Son has had at Tottenham in regards to market value and so on. And I think Hee Chan would do the exact same for Wolves. So with the direction Wolves are going in, I think that could be one that will work out quite well. Patrick Cutrone is the next player we're going to be talking about, and there are some massive question marks over his future, especially after being dropped last minute from the Wolves squad yesterday. It was believed that he was ill yesterday, and then when Nuno was asked in his press conference about it after the game, he said it was to do with tactical reasons. So nobody knows what is going on there with Patrick Cutrone. A couple of months ago, when he wasn't quite getting the game time, he was linked with a move away. His agent said he's staying in Wolverhampton, but more recently, it's getting pretty heavy on the rumour front. So it was just before Christmas, I believe, a few days ago, that Fiorentina were reportedly interested in Cutrone. They had offered to sign Cutrone on loan with a 2 million fee up front, with a 16 million option to buy at the end of the season. Wolves signed Cutrone for about 18 million, so that would be sort of cutting our losses there. And then it was also linked that Genoa were also interested in Cutrone. I think it was Genoa earlier in the year, and then Torino as well recently as well. Of course, the team that beat Wolves beat in the Europa League qualifiers. Torino entered the race depending on the situation of a couple of strikers. So there's definitely interest there, and he's not quite getting the break. It's a young striker. Of course, we've seen players having to wait quite a while, 6 months or so, before getting their chance at the Wolves team. I think there'll be a bit of a split in the fan base on this one. Should we just cut our losses, get the money back, get someone else in? Because it clearly just seems like he's not quite the man Nuno is looking for in this system. Otherwise, I think we would see him play more football. He has looked okay in games he's played. He's taken, you know, he has scored a couple of goals, but he hasn't just quite taken that chance yet, has he? So that's possibly why Patrick Cutrone is not quite working out for him. Another rumour that came from Ecuador on Christmas Eve, this was from El Universo, that Wolves were looking at the Ecuadorian striker Leonardo Capanna. He's a young striker, plays for Barcelona, not the Spanish Barcelona, but the Ecuadorian side of Barcelona SC. He's not prolific, to be honest. When I looked at this guy, of course, not heard of him before. 19-year-old, who's actually doing quite well to try and break into the Ecuadorian side for the Olympics. But yeah, he's scored 3 goals this season. However, he has had very, very limited game time. But if you're having limited game time in the Ecuadorian league, are you going to be able to break into the Wolves first team, or is he going to be an under-23s player? I don't know. So that was a little bit of a weird one. That was Leonardo Capanna from Barcelona SC. It has been a bit of a strange one in regards to the transfers, because Wolves, there were very, very little links that seem to have any sort of substance at times. But one that we have also been linked with is Ryan Manning. He's the player for QPR, 23-year-old, and he's actually been quite versatile for QPR. I think starting off as a central midfielder, but been playing almost as like a left wing back for them this season so far. And Football Insider reported that Wolves could be making a move for him for about £5 million. So another one that would add to the homegrown for Wolves. That would be a pretty interesting one. And another one where the player possibly to be signed to be loaned back out, Boubakary Soumaré. This was last week. Wolves were apparently, this is from Foot Mercato in France, apparently one of 2 teams to make an offer of over €50 million for Boubakary Soumaré. However, Wolves apparently accepted the idea of loaning him back to Lille for the rest of the season. Would Wolves sign a player for £50 million just to loan him back to his other club? I don't think they would. I don't think they would. And Adama Traore, there was a rumour, of course, after that win against Spurs, that all the Spurs players were urging Jose Mourinho to try and sign Adama Traore to their team. He's looking like one of the most informed players on the planet at the moment, Adama is, and the consistency is fantastic. A real coup for Wolves with his current form, so I'm hoping that he can hold on to that and Wolves can continue to get the best out of him. But guys, hopefully, well, that is all today. Hopefully I'll be back soon with some more transfer rumours, but be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, let me know your thoughts on any of the players down below, and until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.